Collaboration is a foundational aspect of our projects at RoleModel. It's a core value for us, and it shapes the way we interact internally, but also how we want to collaborate with you, our end customer. In order to facilitate that well, we want to have a shared understanding of the concepts that we're going to experience in our work together. That means understanding what we mean by MVP and how we set goals for the project, how we think about iterations and planning the work in incremental value steps, and ultimately the roles within the project team and your specific role as the product owner. You'll often hear us talk about the concept of MVP in our projects. Minimum viable product is what that stands for. But what are those individual pieces? Minimum is that it's the essential pieces and needs of your software. Viable, that it provides value to your business and is a solution that you could use. And product, in that it's complete, it's deployable, and users can access it, and it's not just a prototype. The concept of MVP is really a focusing mechanism. It helps us ask the question, what is most important here? What are the true needs that are going to drive value in your initial investment so that we have more return to invest further into the software as we go? So how do we determine what your MVP should be? It's really through collaboration. Up until the point that your project starts, we've talked about what are the core drivers of your need for custom software and how do we approach those in an initial solution. In our collaborative kickoff, we're going to focus on learning your business and how this software is going to be connected to other areas of your business. This allows us to create a plan, a roadmap of where we're going together with your software, but also recognizing there's going to be trade-offs along the way and ways we're going to have to iterate and learn more together throughout this process.
Custom software development is often about trade-offs. You usually just can't accomplish everything that you want to accomplish given the constraints of your time and budget. So with your MVP, what we're focused on is doing the smallest initial effort we can to start producing business value for you.
You may also come to realize that some approaches are a lot more expensive, take a lot more time than other approaches. And you can make the decision that you'll go with the simpler approach now rather than the more complicated approach because it's going to save you time or it's going to save you money. We'll give you the benefit of our experience to guide you in making trade-offs. So make sure that your immediate needs are addressed first.
A common misconception about MVPs is that it's the final solution to your business problem. It's not. It's the first step to start business value flowing to you. But it also builds a foundation for how you can grow your software asset beyond your MVP and capture even more business value.
How do we get there from where we are now, assuming we have nothing to start with? How do we get to that minimal viable product? Well, we start planning it out. We create a roadmap for getting there. That roadmap will change over the course of the project. We'll make decisions and discover forks in the road and potholes and various other things that we need to avoid. But you need to start planning it out early on. As the project progresses, this roadmap will change, we'll make adjustments, and your ultimate goals may change as well. You may realize that what you thought was an MVP was still too ambitious and we'll need to scale it back. Or you may realize that we can get further along than we originally planned.
Ultimately, your MVP is not your final solution. It's a foundation that we'll build on together through our collaboration. Software is never done, it's just released. And the MVP is your first release. We have a shared goal and we have a roadmap for how we're going to get there. But how do we manage that iterative value that we want to deliver in your project? We have a concept of planning and reflecting that we call iterations. So what is an iteration? It's a cadence of delivery that we use in our projects. Typically, it's a 2-week period of time, and it's focused not on a specific feature set, but on a theme of what we're trying to deliver towards the MVP goals that we have set out together. It's an opportunity for us to validate along the way that we're on track with that goal and that we're providing value in small increments. When we start an iteration, we're going to take a step back and look at the bigger project goals, look at the roadmap and where we stand, and set a target for where we're going to achieve in this next chunk of work. We're going to manage the trade-offs, reprioritizing what's most important now within the scope of the project and what we can accomplish in this iteration. At the end of each iteration, we'll have a planning meeting where we demo the work that we've completed in this iteration and validate the plan for where we're going together. This is also the point where we like to take a step back and retrospect how our collaboration is going. What's working well, what could be improved, and what experiments do we want to try next? Ultimately, iterations are a tool to help us plan and stay on track with your project goals. They provide constant validation and a feedback loop so that we can sustainably deliver iterative value in your project. Great collaboration is dependent on each person understanding their unique roles and responsibilities within a broader team. You as the product owner play a critical role for us. You're the liaison between the partner that we're serving and our team. You're the single point of contact for determining the trade-offs that we need to make and decisions to help us stay aligned with the business goals and what's most important now.
As the product owner, you're now a member of our team. You're a single person who's empowered to make decisions about the direction of the project. You're going to work with us collaboratively to avoid scope creep, to make sure we're focused on the real needs of the project, and to give us feedback to validate that direction.
This means that we rely on you to engage meaningfully with the team, raising red flags if you have a concern, or asking questions even if they seem obvious.
As the product owner, when you speak up, you're not interfering in the direction of the project, you're helping us stay on track.
This also means we shouldn't assume how big or hard something would be to complete. Share those ideas because it might help us get to a better solution faster.
As the product owner, it's important for you to stay focused on the critical needs of your business rather than getting distracted by wants that might pop up. Keeping the needs of your business front of mind will help us avoid scope creep. This is when we get distracted by what's possible at the expense of what's needed.
As the product owner, you're now a member of our team. You're going to be interacting with the other members, including the project delivery manager, who you would talk to about budgets, timelines, things of that nature. The project craftsman, who's the technical lead, who's really responsible for building everything. The other developers on the project who help the craftsman to code, and the designers who are really responsible for the look and feel of the product.
It may sound like the role of the PO is being thrown into a lake and asked to swim to shore, but you're not in this alone. We're collaboratively working together, and we want to provide you with the information and resources you need to make these critical decisions. You're important to the success of our project together and ultimately hold the keys to understanding the business value and the rollout to end users within your organization. You'll learn along the way, and together we'll deliver a successful project. We're excited to begin our collaboration with you on your project. We believe that having a shared foundation of the concepts we've talked about here, the MVP, iterations, and your role as the product owner will allow us to have a fruitful and effective collaboration experience where we're learning from each other and continually increasing the value we can deliver for your business.